Bakit ka kakamping? Eh, kasi 'di ba po ba yung kakamping kapagka ano, ang gusto namin good governance, ganyan-ganyan. What about good governance? Hindi, para po ginagawa ni Vico, ganyan-ganyan. So you think good governance yung ginagawa ni Vico? Opo, ganyan-ganyan. Vico has a very, very low utilization rate of his budget. He has a very, very low utilization absorption rate of his budget. What does that mean? That's management failure. Ibig sabihin, di mo na-utilize yung budget mo efficiently. Lagi ka may sobra. Hindi mo nagagamit yung pera ng gobyerno mo. And that hits to the very core of you as the manager of your city.
It's not safe in Pasig. I wouldn't recommend it for anyone to walk in the streets, especially a girl alone, my mother, my girlfriend, or something. I had to pass a bridge. I thought it was safe, so I passed the bridge, and there were squatters there sleeping in the middle of the stairs. You don't know if they're sleeping or they're just there and they're gonna do something to someone. And it's also unhygienic, aside from the bridge being dirty. So who takes care of that? Is it the barangay? Is it the city hall? Who is in charge? Is it the police of peace and order, cleanliness, and safety in each city? Precisely now in Pasig City. Who's responsible? Is it the mayor? Vico, help us.
Paano naging good governance yun?
Good governance has a lot to do with in this context. It has a lot to do with PR, 'di ba? I like just now, Miss Joey, I just learned na mababa pala yung absorption rate ng City of Pasig, I assume, under his watch. It is not to discount yung mga magandang yung ginawa. Pero, in my opinion, a lot of the image, the good PR that he has been cultivating is thanks to the yung darling mainstream media and the social media and all of the posts. I mean, he's good, but not you're good, but if hanggang this kaya lang kaya mo, you're not the peak of good governance.
There's nothing really no, yung parang Mama Lenny kasi ginagawa nila kay Vico ngayon na parang she's okay. I am not going to vote for her, but I'm not going to hate her. Pero kasi the way siya binebenta ng mainstream media, yung parang sila na yung pinaka-competent.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, that's where the disconnect is eh.
Yeah, a lot of this good governance, they're trying to brand or market itong si Mayor Vico Soto as the peak of good governance. Now, meron siyang ginawang mga very good things that everyone should emulate. Pero, like what Ate Sas and Miss Joy have been telling us for a long time, itong good governance, hindi yan sinasabi. Results yun. And we're, in our opinion, syempre, as DDS, who is our model for good governance? Hindi ba si PRRD at si VP Sara? PRRD turned a shithole. Before, communist-infested, daming crime. He turned Davao City into a communist, crime-ridden city, to one of the biggest, one of the safest, most cleanest, safest, cleanest cities in Southeast Asia, investor-friendly, firecracker ban, no smoking, diba? And si Mayor Inday, VP Sara, a model, a very good, peak model for good governance for us DDS. Kasi, iniwan niya ng Davao nang walang utang. Debt-free. Now, if kaya ni Mayor Vico na, I don't know, I'm not sure. If he does the same thing, then we'll praise him for that. Pero like si VP Sara left Davao debt-free, insurgency-free, walang NPA. You know? And I think the 8th richest city in the entire Philippines. And consistent, even until Mayor Baste Duterte. Safest, cleanest, investor-friendly, one of the top highest urban cities, top 5 economies for a highly urbanized city category. So we support the Dutertes, because of they don't have a brand of good governance. It's not being marketed to us, not foisted upon us. People testify, yung mga tao galing sa Davao, they testify on how, on the good governance that is being practiced. Good governance to really, I always think about yung sinabi ni Miss Joey and Ate Sas, it's really not marketed or foisted upon AstroTurf. It's not manufactured. People will testify for you. You don't say na, oh, I'm good governance. No, you let your constituents decide and they will testify. Anyway, yun na.
Sabi dito ni Edsel, Miss Joey, taga-Pasig po ako. Sobrang luwag po nila. Walang masyadong bawal, mga maiingay na motor, walang sumasaway, hindi maayos ang palengke, etc. Ay, ano yan yung palengke issue is huge because Pasig is very sikat because of their palengke. Sikat ang Pasig palengke. Kasi nga, maraming mga garments factory sa Pasig. Tapos, yung mga wholesale kinembot, meron sa palengke. So, bagsakan yung palengke. So, ano siya, yung kumbaga, dinadayo talaga yung palengke dyan. So, parang tingin ko, since nagbibigay yan ng mataas na revenue for the city, dapat maayos.
I have to say as day goes by, girl, ganda naman. I love it. The light is giving and the face is giving. Kaya lalo nang gigigil sa'yo sila, sila Maharlika, papel
Yung
sila.
pangit, ano. Nakakatawa, nag-aaway sila ngayon ni Pebbles Talakera.
Oo nga daw.
Nag-aaway sila ng bonggang-bongga.
Pero alam
Tapos,
mo, kaya naiinis yung mga yan kasi syempre puro pangit na yung mga nakikita nila sa grupo nila kaya nagtitiis-tiisan na lang sila. No? So, you have to give it to them. But anyway, I'd like to kasi nung narinig ko kanina yung about dun sa 4Ps. Farmers are no longer doing their job because naging drug addict na sila. That's true. That's true. Kahit yung mga nagiging member ng mga, what do you call that, AICs, yung mga walis-walisan na eksena.
lulong sa online.
Yes! Lahat sila nag-online gambling. And you know what? Oh my goodness, Miss Joey. First time ko naka-encounter ng drugs. Nakita ko talaga sila, they're using me.
Oo.
Alam mo, meron akong isang tinanong na
Wala lang takot ngayon yung mga addict, sa totoo lang. Tsaka
Kaya
yung
alam mo kung ano sabi nila? Pag kami matatakot, bungag nga yung namin siya, no? Not necessarily the president, but the people leading them. Let's say, for example, the police people. Kasi nga talagang lantaran Lantaran talaga siya. Yung takot ba? Kasi yung sinasabi ni Daniel kanina dun sa why we support Duterte is because maayos yung lugar nila. Kumbaga parang sa discussion natin before, may exhibit A and B sila. Na kahit ano man na mangyari, kahit questionin nyo yung klase ng leadership na meron sila ngayon, may napatunayan sila. Because I feel like, we Filipinos as voter and supporters, we are results-driven. We always look for results as testament on how are we going to support each politician. Let's say, for example, yan kay Vico Soto. Hindi lang ma-admit ng mga DDH hindi lang ma-admit itong mga kamputan na to na kahit sabihin nilang polarizing yung bibig ng matanda, hindi nila kasi matanggap talaga sa sarili nila na Duterte was able to break the norm. And put up a new standard when it comes in politics.
Hindi kasi nila matanggap na na magkakaroon ng politician na no bullshit.
Yeah, na hindi kasi galing sa nila sa bakuran nila. Kaya sila galit. That is why kung napapansin niyo, 'di ba? Kung ewan ko if you have the same observation, no? Magkaroon lang ng konting manifestation ng isang politikong medyong katulad sa ginagawa ni Duterte. So long na kaya nilang bidugin to be dilawin sa campaign, they rally behind them. Yan, yung ginagawa nila kay Vico. Nasaan ba si Vico ngayon? Wala naman ako narinig bukod dun sa kay
Diskaya. Wisit pa rin siya sa mga Diskaya.
At hindi ba for me kasi nung nakita ko siya lumabas nung nagsalita siya sa Congress for me, is vindictive lang, vengeful lang. Gusto lang niya labanan yung mga Diskaya. Hindi tulad nito ni Liliste.
Tanggalan ng pagkakataon yung mga Diskaya na makapasok sa politika.
Pero look at Libiste now, that's true. Don't look at the one speaking based on their whatever they might get from what they're doing. You look at them based on what they might lose. Girl, yung ginagawa ni Libiste, oh my goodness. Hindi ako magugulat kung hindi siya aabangan dyan sa labas ng Congress at tambangan siya dyan ng mga yan. It's a house of Congress. It's a house full of crocodile na kinakalaban na very vilified by the entire nation. And yet you have the gall to fight it. Diba? Tapos sususugan pa ng mga teacher tulad nito nila Shelo Magno, which is for me very insulting, no? Kasi nung naririnig ko kanina yung nabanggit mo tungkol dun sa yung mga comment ni Shelo, oh my goodness, it's really delikado kasi for me kasi parang mas delikado talagang magkaroon ng platform yung mga bobo at saka sinungaling. Kasi what they're spreading is bad Yung ginagawa nila na tulad niyan yung pinipilit nila na pinipilit yung kay Piatos, kay Mary Grace Piatos. Bakit hindi mo ipaintindi sa tao na hindi dapat tuligsain si Sarah because of that Piatos girl, because it might jeopardize national security. Ano yung magiging result? Ano? Kasi for me kasi, ganun kung teacher ka eh. You tell people what might happen, what might be the result of this particular action. What are the causes of these actions? Yung ginagawa ni Shelo Magno at saka yung, I'm sorry, sino po yung kanina? Yung
Professor Jean Encinas Franco.
Nagagawa ako ng gelatin kanina, iniinit, pinakukulong ko yung gelatin ko kanina. Muntik kong maitapon sa paa ko dahil nagulat ako doon sa sinabi niya na overexposure? Hindi ba dapat yan ang trabaho ng media? To expose anomalies and corruption in the government. What's wrong with that, Professor whoever you are?
Bakit yung overexposure yung concern mo? Bakit ang concern mo yung matatapakan?
Sige, puntahan na natin yung premise mo ng overexposure. Hindi ba overexposure na rin yung binibigay nyo dun sa confidential fund ni Sarah na hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin kayo tumigil? Alam nyo, kakaganyan yun ng kakaganyan, mas lalo tuloy naiintindihan ng mga tao. Kaya tignan mo, yung recent poll, mataas na naman si Sarah.
Exactly. And the recent poll, no, I think that's the tamed version pa nga of the real result. Eh. Kasi,
I agree 100% Miss Joey. Kasi yung AWS survey na yan is commissioned by Stratbase na pro-US, anti-China, anti-Duterte think tank. So I think they shaved off points from VP in my view. Or they even added some, I think, positive kay BBM. Kasi, Stratbase has not been really fair in my view sa mga surveys nila. Kung naalala ni may lumabas silang survey earlier in the year to garner in my view manufacture support for the impeachment or mind conditioning for the impeachment. Yun pala binuking sila ni Sir Bobby Tiglao na yung ginawa nila is tinanong nila yung mga respondents nila about the impeachment, pero only half of the people that they asked, the respondents, knows what VP is being impeached for. So if you really fix it up, they're not being, basta headline lang yung yung habol headline. At that point, how many? 40% support impeachment or whatever. Yun pala yung based sa analysis ni Sir Tiglao, parang 80% lang yun. If you really, kasi half the respondents hindi nila alam ano yung what's the reason she's being impeached or ano. So I agree with you na yung survey the recent poll, I really think na may na-shave off pa silang points kay VP. Nilagay nila ata dun sa undecided or whatever. Kasi this is commissioned by a pro-US, anti-China, anti-Duterte think tank. Yun lang.
Ayan.
I think the point there is that even the things they commission, kumakawala na eh. Lumalabas na yung totoo. I remember, I think sa mga online lectures ni SAS dati, sinabi niya na, if you are to dream of having a new people's power or a new EDSA revolution, everything must be US sponsored, di ba? But yan, may go signal ng West yan. I feel like, kasi the fact na nangyayari siya, hindi man sunod-sunod, pero malalaking gathering. I feel like talagang kinakailangan nila itong mga diversion na to. Yung mga kaputahan ni Magno, kung sino-sino
parang sinasadya, yung parang part ng
siya eh.
Sino ba yung kausap ko? This administration is very good at distraction.
Yeah.
So, kumbaga parang every time, the reason why people are not galit is because whenever, di ba, flood control, corruption, ganyan. And then, they're going to give us a lot of distraction. Anti-Claire, biglang magkakaroon ng mga sex scandal, magkakaroon ng mga, alam mo yun, magkakaroon ng, Cabral, biglang yung mga ganyan. Parang, sabi ko nga yung Cabral's death is actually a huge distraction, no? Kasi parang, people are debating, buhay pa ba, patay na ba, ganyan. In which I think dapat kung buhay or patay si Cabral, hindi yan ang problema natin ngayon eh. Kasi kung patay siya, di patay siya, di ba? Wala na magagawa, end of line na kay Cabral. Kung buhay siya, problema yan ni Cabral kasi at ng pamilya ni Cabral. Kasi kung talagang buhay siya at nagtatago lang siya, dude, pinaliit niya ang mundo niya and I don't think he's going to live a good life na nagtatago forever.
And that's not something na advantageous sa kanya, no?
That is not something that advantageous sa kanya. But in both situation, Cabral is out of reach. So therefore, we would not be able to fully unlock yung issue ng corruption sa DPWH. Kasi I'm very sure marami siyang alam that can give light to what is going on. So, ibig sabihin, yung absence niya, sige, patay siya, buhay siya, o tangina, o di sige, wala ka na. So, how do we figure out now kung paano natin ma-unlock yung mga information na otherwise ay sa kanya manggagaling? Diba?
Yeah.
Leviste has the Cabral files. Diba? Let's focus on that. So, parang, yung kumbaga, we are easily distracted kasi